This last story that we have time to talk about is the whistleblower. You and I always talk about how whistleblowers have become victimized. I remember, we've had two presidents. First of all, you had George Bush say, "I'm going to take care of whistleblowers," and of course, just the opposite happened. Obama said, "I'm going to make sure whistleblowers are safe." It got worse, if you can imagine, with Obama. Nothing happens to government sometimes or corrupt corporations unless somebody comes and tells the story, because you can't find out. It has to be somebody inside. What's your take on this U.S. intelligence, where they're actually trying to shut down whistleblowers by way of retaliation?
Whistleblowers are crazy important in our society, because whistleblowers are usually internal folks in the know that can go to their superiors or an outside agency and point out wrongdoing. And the Whistleblower Acts were created under Lincoln, when people were selling integral parts for the war and filling them with sand.
You've handled several of these cases.
Yeah.
And in each case, wouldn't you agree, the ones that I've handled, I've seen, well, actually I've worked on with you, the ones I've seen it's like the person coming forward that's saying, you need to know something.
Absolutely.
The defense industry, this weapons manufacturer, is stealing billions of dollars from taxpayers. And oh, by the way, I have the documents. Right. Here they are. Here's the information right here. Now you take it to the government, and what happens to that whistleblower? He becomes a victim, doesn't he?
Well, it's scary. And the example in the story that just came out from the Daily Beast was that in the spy industry, the cloak and dagger industry, when you have the whistleblowers coming forth, that I think it was 1 out of 190 cases that ruled in favor of the whistleblower, and that they were getting fired left and right. They weren't protected, and that's one of the key pieces of these whistleblower cases, is the whistleblower is petrified. Can you imagine in the cloak and dagger industry how scared the whistleblower is to come forward, say what they know, and then wants to be protected. And they need to be protected, and it promotes an efficiency within our government. But if we're not taking care of them, it's another cover-up. They're not finding any wrongdoing in case after case after case, and they're taking years and years and years to come to a conclusion.
They're victimized.